What's up everybody, it's Nicholas, aka TheNootLinja, and I just want to make a quick video about my process of learning the programming skills that I've been teaching myself, and kind of what got me to do like I don't want to call it a breakthrough, but I guess that's what it is. Basically how I most effectively learned to code. Because when you look up the best ways to learn how to code, you hear so many different things. And that's the first thing I want to touch on. Everybody learns differently. Do not get discouraged when you read somebody that said, oh, like, I spent 2 months learning from like this tutorial, and then I was able to get a job that pays $100,000 a year. And then you look at the tutorial and you're like, I don't fucking understand any of this. What is going on? Do not get discouraged. It happened to me many a times. I have tried to learn Python many a times, and I've started, and not that it was difficult, but like just the way I was learning it, and I'd get into it and I'd be like, why do I want to learn this? This is boring. Like, I don't want to do this. And so I'd give up, or I would just really hammer home like how like I'm trying to learn this, and like I would just sit there and watch video after video after video, and like sit there and I would work and work and work, and I would get burnt out on it because I was like, well, like I'm not really doing anything I enjoy doing. My hair is doing this weird thing today. But the biggest breakthrough I had was realizing that you need to look for a way to teach yourself that works best for you. And I know that sounds like kind of a cop-out, like, duh. But a lot of people, like me, personally, when I would see someone say, this is the easiest way to learn Python, I'd be like, easiest way to learn Python? I was like, cool, let's do it. And I would go and work on it, and then I would get burnt out, and I wouldn't be having fun. Currently, I am using Udemy, Codecademy, and this is for everything. This isn't just for my web development stuff. This has helped me learn Python more efficiently, C++ more efficiently, or at least the basics. Web development is the furthest I've went. I've learned the basics of Python, basics of C++. I enjoyed them, but I was like, and then I started doing web development, and that's when I really started to be like, yes, this is what I enjoy, and this is what I'm liking. But don't let anybody tell you not to use a specific resource. I've heard so many people be like, oh, Udemy is a ripoff. I did not pay for Codecademy, I will say that much. I paid $16 for the course I'm taking now on Udemy. I got Codecademy Codecademy Pro for free. I think some of Codecademy is free, but Codecademy Pro for free for my school because of the shutdown right now. So yeah, thanks. But don't listen to anybody that says this is the best way to learn to program, or this is the best. It goes for anything. This is the best way to learn how to do anything. It's more of a what is best for you to learn. Do not get discouraged when you see other people learning faster than you. It really upset me when I would see people that I knew being like, oh yeah, I've been working on learning Python for, the last week, and like this is what I've made, and I'm like, you've already made something? Like, oh fuck. And that would discourage me. And when you get discouraged when programming or when learning any new skill, it really hurts how well you're going to learn that new skill. The second thing is, make sure you're using the skills that you're learning. Don't just sit there and like cram stuff into your head and then be like later, like after you finish a 45-hour tutorial on Udemy, don't be like, I don't remember any of this stuff now, because that's almost as bad as not having done it in the first place, because you're probably going to have to go back and review and stuff. What I've found to be the best is like a three-pronged method, okay? So first, I watched my Udemy course because it is very, I don't want to say detailed, but it is very, I like the way it's taught. That's the other thing. You gotta find a way that, someone that teaches something the way you like to be taught. And I watched my Udemy course and I learned from that. And then I go do Codecademy. And I'm doing like the web development stuff. And it covers pretty much the same stuff, like in the same order. So it's almost like a refresher for me, which is what I need. Because right after I learn something is when I'm most likely to forget it. It's weird. Because if I don't do something with it right away, and this is probably for everybody, I know I said that's weird, but it's probably for everybody. If I don't do something with it right away, it almost gets lost. And so when I go back and do that Codecademy stuff right afterwards, it helps me retain that knowledge. And then typically what I'll do is when I start to be like, okay, I'm starting to get bored of this, what I will do is I will try to figure out a project I want to do, even a simple thing. What I've been doing lately with like my web development stuff is working on my portfolio, because that is going to be important to me later on if I want to get a job with this, especially without a degree in computer science. It's going to be very difficult, but it is doable. So I've been, like I said, whenever I finish something, I try to add it in, at least in some way, shape, or form. And if it doesn't fit into my web portfolio, I at least make something with it, just so that like I've done it on my own without looking at what I need. And if I forget something, that's the best part, because I'm like, okay, I don't remember like what classes I can apply to this. Like, let me go back and look. Let me go look in Bootstrap 4 and see like what it says I can do with it, or that kind of thing. And being able to just go back and I remember immediately, this is something I don't know off the top of my head, and it's a basic thing, I should go back and look. But like I said, don't let anybody tell you there is a wrong way to learn to do something. If it works for you, do it. Some people do really well with college. I'm almost done with my IT support degree, and to be honest with you guys, I feel like I've learned more from being self-taught with a lot of the stuff than I have from classes. There are certain classes that have helped me with stuff. Do not get me wrong. But that probably has more to do with how the teacher taught the class. And that's the problem. You don't get to choose who teaches your class. I mean, you kind of do, but there's always certain teachers that teach certain classes. Like, I just had an ethics class. And honestly, I learned more from that ethics class. Ethics, okay? Than I have from, like, a ton of my IT classes. And that's sad, because that's something I'm actually interested in versus something that the way it was taught made it interesting for me. So, like I said, my big things, don't let anybody tell you how to learn. Don't let anybody, don't get discouraged when the way that people tell you, oh, this is the easiest way to learn Python, doesn't work for you, because it may not be the easiest way for you, and that's okay. I got in this rut of like tutorial hell. That's what a lot of people call it. When I just keep watching these tutorials and I'm like, I'm not learning anything. I don't feel like I'm actually gaining any skills, and this is really disappointing me. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I can't program. Bullshit. I love problem solving. I definitely want to do programming. But the other thing is, like I said, find something that works well for you. That's the most important thing. When you find that, even if you are a slow learner, which is fine, okay? I know people that are making six figures that aren't what I would consider fast learners, and they applied themselves and they just tried. That's the other thing. If you are not interested in it, if you are only in coding for the money, or you're only in whatever you're doing for the money, and you don't actually enjoy it, it's probably not going to be as easy for you to learn as well. So, alright guys, I'm going to finish this up because I'm trying to keep these videos short. I really appreciate you guys, and make sure you subscribe if you liked the video. Make sure you leave it a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and leave me a comment what you guys think I should change, or what I should do coming up. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!